Hi guys, so the DJI Pocket 2 is a very useful little camera and particularly popular for doing things like walking tours around villages and towns and stuff like that. But which gimbal mode is best for doing the walking tour? Is it tilt lock, is it FPV, or is it the follow mode? Well, let's find out in this video. So the DJI Pocket 2 is out for testing today, and I'm going to be taking it on a little walking tour around my local town, just for a few minutes or so. And I'm going to be testing the various gimbal modes. So I'm going to be testing tilt lock, the FPV mode, and the follow mode. Almost forgot for a moment what it was. Anyway, so which of these modes is best, and what's the advantages and disadvantages for using the particular modes? Alright, so let's just start off and let's go for a little walk. Alright, so the tilt lock mode, as the name suggests, will prevent the gimbal from moving up or moving down. So what happens is if you actually set the actual position of the camera, or the tilt of the camera, first of all, while you're engaged in mode, it's then not going to move up or down at all. Which means that's an advantage but also a disadvantage. The advantage is that if you accidentally move the camera, you're not going to affect the horizon at all. It's going to keep the picture pretty level. The disadvantage, as can be seen in this particular example, is if you see, for example, a nice statue, or like in this example here, or a nice building, then you can't, when you try and tilt the camera up, you're going to find you're not going to be able to because the tilt is locked. So immediately you're going to stop and go, oh my, I need to change mode. So it kind of like interrupts the flow of your walking tour. So as I said, the tilt lock does have an advantage but also has a disadvantage. That disadvantage doesn't apply to the follow mode or the FPV mode. So I found that in the FPV mode and the follow mode, these are going to give much more fluid and more freedom to be able to tilt the camera if you suddenly notice something of interest, for example a nice building or a statue or some other thing. But the disadvantage, of course, is that there is the tendency that you could accidentally tilt the camera and just change the actual tilt of the camera as you walk along, so that, you might have to keep readjusting it or just glancing down the screen. So what about the up-down motion that we all seem to suffer from when we're doing these walking tours? Well, looking at the footage, there doesn't seem to be any particular advantage between any of the three modes. They all have a little bit of a bobbing effect, so there's no advantage there. So as I said, the only reason for using the tilt lock mode is if you particularly want to avoid accidentally changing the tilt of the camera. But to be honest, if it's me, I'll be using either the FPV mode or the follow mode, depending on which one I just happen to be pressing at the point of the time. Other than that, I would say that pretty much there's no difference between those two modes. But let me know in the comments below which one you think is best. If you have a particular favourite when you're doing walking tours of the Pocket 2, I'll be very interested in finding out your thoughts. Alright guys, take care, and I shall see you soon on another video. Of course, if you can't find it useful, then subscribe to my channel. Okay, cheers, see you later.